Like, the female body works so hard, and she is so amazing, and she is magnificent, and we should just be way kinder to her.
Got smoke one before I get on this.
Hey, what is up, y'all? I am really messing with my hair. Like, it is so cute. Basically, today we're going to talk about your period and your cycle and birth control and how all of them coexist, all of them work together, either for your good or your demise. So first, we're going to start with my birth control journey. So I got on birth control in I got on birth control in like September of 2020. So like right after the pandemic, when I came back to school for the fall, I got on birth control around that time, like a month or two after we started. And I just got off birth control in January of this year, so January 2022. And honestly, birth control had its ups and downs. It has its positives and its negatives. Now for me specifically, I dealt with heavy mood swings, but let's start from let's start from the beginning. Birth control gave me really horrible stomach problems, like TMI. I know this is TMI, but this is gonna be a TMI video, so just get yourselves prepared. Birth control gave me like the worst constipation. It gave me the worst bloating. Like literally everything I ate, my stomach was sensitive to it. Like literally anything you could think of. And I kind of narrowed it down to dairy, meat, and like bread. So anything with like heavy carbs, that would upset my stomach. Cheese, chicken. I cut out red meat completely, so like I was eating no beef, and my stomach was still upset when I ate chicken. So yeah, that was one thing. And when I say stomach issues, like perpetually, 4 to 5 times a week, like I could not go a day or two or three with my stomach just being okay and healthy, and that's a problem. That's a problem. And then I had headaches, and I didn't really realize that the headaches were kind of coming from the birth control, because I kind of had headaches before I started birth control, but they were way more persistent, and they were very similar in nature once I started birth control. Also, my boobs got significantly bigger. If I can, I will insert pictures for y'all, but wow. When I say I look like I had 2 water balloons on my chest every day, it's like having period boobs times 10 every day. Like, and they would be hurting, like they would be achy, like period boobs. So that was just very uncomfortable, on top of my stomach hurting all the time. And that just really brought down my overall confidence, because my body just did not look the same. My body just was not giving what it gave before, okay? And you know, I just wasn't used to my body looking like that. And it's just, I felt like I was looking at a stranger in the mirror, honestly. And that sounds so dramatic, but I'm being so for real. Like, I used to complain about it almost every day. And that's just not a healthy thing for you to do. Like, me putting all those negative affirmations into thin air was just bringing down my overall confidence. Now, we can start with the positives of birth control. Birth control, most definitely, and again, this is not for everyone. I'm giving another disclaimer, because I know some people are going to be like, I didn't have that experience on birth control, or it was the complete opposite for me. So I'm just speaking for myself. I was on the pill for reference, but yeah, so I had clear skin. Ooh, clear skin, y'all. Clear skin. And that is an underrated blessing. Like, when I say I was eating, well, I stopped eating a lot of things just because the birth control was making my stomach sensitive. But like before it got really bad with my stomach, when I say I was eating anything and my skin would not break out, like, yeah, like skin of gold, skin clear, okay? Not drinking enough water, skin still clear. Like, that was, I felt like I had unicorn skin. That was beautiful. And I also, for the first like 4 or 5 months, I did not have my cycle, which probably is not healthy looking back on it. But if you know, you know. that shit was a blessing, okay? Like that was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Don't regret it. It's a 10 out of 10. And then after that I got my cycle, but I would literally get it for like 2 or 3 days and then it would go away. And then I might get it like next month or the month after that. It would skip months. Like it was very irregular, but when it did come, it was not a nuisance. Like it was not a bother. It was just like, oh, well, you here? Okay, cool. Like, let's deal with it. Like, and I had no cramps. Like I had no cramps at all leading up to my cycle starting. Beautiful. And I'll also explain a little bit more of like why all these things happen while you're on birth control after this. Who doesn't want little to no cramps? Who doesn't want no cramps? Like, speaking from a girl that had like crippling crying in my bed curled up in a ball cramps that I have again now that I'm off birth control, which I will also speak on. Yeah, that was really beautiful. I really enjoyed that time in my life. So now to getting off birth control. I didn't realize that getting off birth control was a thing. Like I didn't realize it was a journey. It is. It very much is. Yeah, I didn't get made aware of that until I watched one of Lynette Atkins' videos. I love her. I watch her on YouTube all the time. And she basically informed me that your body goes through withdrawals basically from like the synthetic hormones that are in birth control. And upon doing my own research about getting off the pill, I learned so much about the truth about birth control and how it affects your body. And all of my symptoms that I was having while I was on it made so much more sense. Like, oh my goodness, like I was enlightened, okay? Truth number one that I learned about the pill is that the way that it works is it replaces your natural hormones that regulate your cycle throughout the month. So it replaces them with the synthetic hormones that are in the pill, and that's what allows you to not have periods because it basically stops you from ovulating. So that's why, you know, you don't have cramps, you don't have periods as frequently. That's why you don't have acne for some people. Like why it gave me clear skin is because the hormones that cause acne around your cycle or just throughout the month as women, like those hormones are being replaced by synthetic ones. So it's just suppressing your body's natural way of doing things. So yeah, and I was just very taken aback by these facts that I learned. And on top of it, suppressing your natural hormones, that's basically stopping your body from doing other things that it needs to do. So it disrupts your gut microbiome, which are the things that regulate your digestive system and your not your defecation, you pooping and peeing, okay? So like that schedule and how my schedule was all jacked up because I was on birth control, that was the reason, because birth control was making me deficient of the vitamins that I needed in my gut in order for healthy digestion. So if I can, I will list some of the hormones. Not the hormones, some of the vitamins and minerals that your body is depleted of because of the pill on the screen so that you guys will like get a better idea. I know some of them are vitamin E, vitamin B, vitamin B12, folate, like so many, y'all. It's actually ridiculous. And upon learning all of this, I was just like, wow, why? Like, wow. I wish I would have known because I would have been more serious about taking my multivitamins and my supplements if I knew my body was getting leached of every single one of them. But you know, that's okay. So upon learning that, I started incorporating things into my diet upon getting off the pill. So probably about, well, they say you're supposed to do it prior to getting off the pill so that your body has like the smooth transition as you get off of it. But I impulsively got off of it. Most definitely stopped taking it in the middle of the week. In the middle of the pack. So I wasn't made aware of a lot of these things until like shortly after I got off the pill, but so I was okay to like still counteract some of the side effects, but it definitely affected me negatively. So I started first with a diet change. I learned that I needed to cut out certain things out of my diet that irritate your gut. So I stopped eating wheat, I avoided soy, I stopped eating dairy, and I stopped eating meat. And that helped me to like severely. Like definitely was trying to say tremendously. Chill on me. It really, really, really helps. And then on top of that, I started incorporating more antioxidants into my diet. I started doing like more leafy greens. I started incorporating probiotics, like gut probiotics that help with like healthy digestion and things of that nature. And all of those in conjunction were supposed to help my body transition off birth control and re-regulate all of the body processes that birth control royally effed up. So basically I went plant-based with the addition of like leaving out soy and wheat. And yeah, it really, really helped me. I felt more energized. I felt lighter. Like it was, you guys should look into it. That's all I have to say. Plant-based isn't for everyone, but if you're struggling with the same types of things that I was struggling with, I would highly suggest you look into that kind of diet. So that was like how my transition went, and that kind of helps me. But as you probably saw in my last video, like birth control was definitely beating me up. Like the getting off of it, it's a little better now, just because I'm a little bit more into it. Like it's been about a month and some change, so you know my body's doing a little bit better. But that first month, it was the mood swings for me. It was the cravings for me. It was my boobs shrinking. Like literally I watched my boobs in real time get smaller, like go down almost a cup size. Like it's crazy. Like my bras are not overflowing. Like my boobs are not overflowing out of my bras anymore. Like they actually fit. And you know, my boobs actually look like they belong in my skinny ass frame. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. That definitely cheered me up. But I started getting acne like all over my jaw. I started getting, and if y'all know, again, if you know, you know, us girls, okay, when it comes to hormonal acne, this is the telltale sign. If you got acne all on your chin, it's your hormones. So the last part of this video will consist of what I've learned from my journey off of birth control. So birth control has really taught me so much about my body. Like, it's crazy how much our body works to keep us okay, like to keep us balanced and stuff like that. Like the female body works so hard, and she is so amazing, and she is magnificent, and we should just be way kinder to her. Like we should nurture our bodies way more, because my body was so beat up from birth control, and all I could do was just be gentle to her instead of being like, why are you going through this, and why is this happening, why is this happening? Because it wasn't helping. Like she's just going through changes, and I just have to be there with her as she goes through those changes. So a lot of things are fixed when you get on birth control. So like your skin being clear, maybe it regulates your period, maybe it regulates your bowel movements, and a lot of those things will return. Or maybe it regulates your cramps. For me, that's another example. I had horrible cramps before birth control, and I am having horrible cramps after birth control. So like birth control is really just a band-aid. Like those issues are still going to be there when you get off of it eventually, and usually it comes from a root cause in your body. A lot of things stem from your gut, but we're not even gonna go down that rabbit hole because that could be a whole nother video. But yes, like a lot of the things that we struggle with as women, like having really bad cramps, really heavy periods, really just very low energy, being sluggish, having headaches, acne, like really bad acne, hormonal acne, all of those things usually come from a hormone imbalance in our bodies or some other underlying issue within our bodies. I believe heavily in functional medicine, and I feel like a lot of the things that, you know, God has already given us on this earth can fix the inconsistencies in our bodies. That's it. That's all I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoy talking about topics like this. Like, just how the body works and how we can help it to work better and work for us, you know, and how we can help her. Okay, she be going through it. And I also don't only want to speak to women, so like in the future I'm gonna make more videos just about like, you know, wellness for all genders, okay, not just for women, because you know we could all use a couple wellness tips and pointers. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah.